I was planning to make a long-form critique of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. After Remake was so good in most ways, I was really excited for the second part of this Remake trilogy. But I'm here to tell you that all of the footage they showed pre-release was a lie. It looked faithful, both to Remake and to the original Final Fantasy VII. It looked rewardingly challenging, funny, and rich. To all the people who thought Remake's ending was jumping the shark and went way too far in a different direction, I now see your point very clearly. Crystal clear, even. Just like with the initial showing of Anthem, we were sold a game that doesn't really exist. This is what Final Fantasy VII Rebirth actually was after I installed all 145 gigs and opened the game for the first time. It starts you out in the Shinra building for some reason. I couldn't tell you why, because that makes no sense based on how Remake ended. You're just chilling there in first person, and you're told to clean a couple of vehicles for Shinra's display. Okay, weird, but they did say this game would have a ton of minigames, and besides, there's nothing wrong with doing a little prologue bit where you play as some other character that will become important later. I'm not exactly sure who I'm playing as. Maybe Cloud back when he was a Shinra grunt after first joining the company? That wouldn't really make sense continuity-wise, but the game doesn't say much. As you can see, you have a power washer, and your goal, starting off Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, is to clean the caked-on grime off of two vehicles that you should absolutely recognize. It took me a minute, but eventually I finished, ready to finally rejoin our party after the end of Remake. Only for it to put me in yet another place to clean more junk. This is legitimately like half the game. I'm not joking. You're just cleaning stuff with a hose in first person. The only thing you're combating is black mold. And the sad part, it's not even that long. It's the size of like a free DLC for another game, practically. And it doesn't even look close to as good as Remake did, which is baffling since this is next-gen exclusive and 4 years newer. Get this though, that's not the worst of it. You want to know what happens after you clean all of this junk? Well, you finally get some combat in an online first-person shooter battle royale thing. I thought they already had a Final Fantasy VII battle royale. Why are we making the second half of Rebirth one? There is none of the original narrative in this. There isn't even really any narrative at all. Despite the claims in the game, no matter how much I played, I couldn't get my hands on the Buster Sword. And there was no way I was beating this, because I didn't have any friends to play with, so I had to try solo. Now, don't get me wrong, making it online co-op is absolutely a novel reinvention of Remake's core combat conceit, which was to push you to use every member of your party in synergistic ways. If you're playing with a group, that's kind of what it would be like, I guess. But what does that have to do with PvP first-person shooting in a sci-fi setting? Also, look at these character redesigns. This is not the cast of Final Fantasy VII. I don't get it. And I'm disgusted that I spent so much money on this game and was so willing to trust that the artists cared about Final Fantasy VII. This might be worse than... No, this is worse than Crisis Core, and Crisis Core's story is an affront to everything good in Final Fantasy VII. I don't know if all of this is just a multiverse thing, like, oh boy, in this universe Cloud is a janitor, and in this other one he's competing in a battle royale with a gun. Either way, I'm sorry. All of the haters who talked trash about this remake and the changes they were making big and small, it wasn't pedantry. You weren't being hyperbolic babies. You were right, and Rebirth proved it. 9 out of 10. The power washing stuff was actually pretty dope though, real talk.